Can you tell us anything whatsoever, please?
I know you just give us. One more station.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Two Dudes Talk Music YouTube channel. I am the Reverend Raph. This is the beer buddy Kyle, and we are hanging out with Dom and Vo from Darker Half, all as part of our coverage of Metal to the Max Festival. Metal to the Max is an amazing 2-day heavy metal festival taking place out at the Mad Max compound out near Broken Hill. So it's October 5th and 6th. Links are in the description. Go and check it out. Get your tickets while they last, because it's going to be a doozy. I can tell you that now. But we are here to dive into the quick question quarter, spelt with Q's, not K's, because we don't roll like that. The whole point here is to get into the mental, musical mind of Darker Half. We want to understand what inspires them, what keeps them going, what makes them tick when it comes to music. So we are going to dive in here with some rapid fire questions. Starting off, what was the first instrument that you guys learned to play? And yes, vocals does count.
And recorder doesn't.
Piano. Yeah, piano.
No,
Oh, hell yeah. Double piano. Nice. Yeah. All right. What was the first album you guys purchased?
Michael Jackson, Bad.
Oh!
So, and Michael Jackson History. Yeah, at the same time.
Yeah. History. Yeah, I had History as well. That was
maybe Meet the Family.
That comes up a lot more often than what you think.
I'm not surprised. It's Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
It's classics. It really is. It really is. Sorry, what was yours, Dom?
So we were lucky. Dad brought like home CDs for us from the office because he got them for free. But the one that stands out is Meet the Family by Friends of Rom.
Oh,
what a banger of an album.
That's authentic. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about Friendsel just hits different.
Yeah.
Those guys are it's just absolute icons of the Australian metal and rock scene, I think.
And the activism thing as well is just so funny.
Did not give a fuck. All right, now I'm very curious for this one. Very curious for this one. First live concert that you attended?
Yes.
Silverchair Freak Tour. Freak Show Tour. When I was 8. Because my dad took me.
Jealous.
Which was
very jealous.
Honestly, very cool. So I saw, in that year, I saw the first couple of concerts I saw. I saw Silverchair twice. Once on Freak Show, once with Everclear. And I kind of remember those two shows fairly well.
Wow.
And that would have been my first concert.
Yeah, my first that I remember was that Silverchair with Everclear tour. That second tour.
That's peak Silverchair.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I remember being surprised that he wasn't wearing shoes and being like, what the fuck? I was 8. Like, that's just what I remember from it.
Yeah.
It's weird the shit you remember.
I know, but I still remember that so vividly.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I'm really jealous, actually. I am.
Yeah.
I never got to see Silverchair perform live.
Same.
Yeah, we were lucky. We were very lucky.
What's an instrument you've always wanted to learn but haven't yet?
Ooh.
Probably trumpet.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've learnt a little bit, but I would love to be a really good bass player. I just don't want to practice another instrument.
Very fair. Very fair. It is. It sounds pretentious to say it, but like I, for a long time, was like I was a bass player that played like a failed guitarist for a very long time, and I'm sure you understand what I mean when I say that.
Oh yeah.
And then it took a bit of a wake up call for me to from someone that I respected to basically go, "You shit, figure it out," to really kind of wake me up and be like, "All right, cool. I have to change my mental approach to it."
Right. Yeah.
To really nail it down.
I was actually a bass player before I was a guitar player. I moved from bass to guitar. I played upright bass in like jazz band at school and shit like that before I was into heavy metal.
That's pretty cool.
I moved into guitar mostly because of metal and thinking, in this genre, that's, I was kind of into all the thrash, the Big Four stuff really, and wanted to learn how to do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Actually, little side thing, just because I want to talk about it, and I have not had a chance to mention it on the podcast yet. I, this past week at time of recording, went to see a Black Sabbath cover band called Jazz Sabbath.
You saw that?
They're great.
Nice.
Yes, I went to see them, and they it's like this comedy show as well. So they basically present themselves as a jazz trio from the late 60s that wrote the original versions of the songs that Black Sabbath stole to make the Black Sabbath songs.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how they present it. And it's incredible. It's like I'm like listening to them and trying to pick the little bits of the songs to be like, okay, that's that song, because I can hear like the little, like Behind the Wall of Sleep or whatever, you know, and you can get that little bit that, yes, that's that song. And like, oh yeah, we're gonna present to you not like the shitty 3-minute version of Paranoid that Black Sabbath did. We're gonna give you the full 9-minute version. And it's like,
Oh, wow.
what do you do? Yeah, really, really good. Well
Nice.
worth seeing
That's
if you ever
awesome.
get the chance.
Oh, definitely.
Just you saying upright bass reminded me of that.
Yeah,
'cause,
no,
like the
that's
guy
really
was
cool.
trying to play like Geezer Butler's like essentially bass solos that he was doing underneath the guitar solos on an upright bass is insane. Now look, I'm really interested in this one. Like, you guys have been all over the world. You played with so many amazing bands. If you could pick one big band or artist to open a show for that you haven't had the opportunity to play with yet, who would it be?
It'd have to be Maiden.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it
where
has
my
to
mind
be.
went
Like,
straight away.
You'd love
too.
to say like Maiden or Priest or Metallica. It's got to be Maiden.
Yeah,
nice.
I see that would be an absolute win.
Great
I think
fit.
that'd be a great
Oh,
fit.
perfect. Yeah,
It'd be a perfect fit for you guys. That'd be amazing.
it would be.
Okay, so now, again, this is one I'm very interested in as well. Who is a band or artist that you are listening to at the moment that you think is underrated and deserves more attention?
Easy for me because I've just gone on another kick the last couple of days. The Night Flight Orchestra, which is Bjorn from Soilworks side project, where it's basically
wow.
it's
That's actually-
amazing.
they're
man.
awesome.
We supported them in Sydney, I think last year,
Yeah.
and they are fucking phenomenal. Like, very like guitar and keyboard driven, like
80s rock.
80s rock, basically. Like, so he sings real high in it and stuff like that, and lots of cool solo sections, like amazing vocals,
Yeah.
just killer songwriting in general. Like, they don't have a bad song.
Oh, wow.
They got a bunch of albums out.
Yeah. They've been going since 2012.
He's been
Wow.
just doing that shit on the side for ages.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
it. And like he's dressed like a pilot, and the two girl backing singers are dressed like flight attendants on stage, and they're
wow.
the show's amazing. They're all dressed like really camp kitschy 80s stuff,
Oh, I
and it's
love
kind of
that.
like they look like a hotel band or something. Like
Oh,
it's,
wow.
it's really cool. Like the flight attendant girls have like a table with wine glasses and martinis on them for the whole show, and they're drinking, and
I love
it's
that.
pretty great. Like.
I'm all about the
check that
presentation
out.
and theatrics and shit.
I might have to go on a
sounds
reaction
awesome.
video.
That was really
They might
fun.
actually- We have to
Very,
do a
very cool.
reaction on that.
Oh, yeah, please do. Yeah.
That's
'Cause
great.
I ain't never seen that. That'd be a good one to do a reaction to, Raph.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Vo? Who are you?
I guess they're probably not underrated overall, but a band that I'd only heard like a song or two from and thought, oh yeah, whatever, but then heard more of was Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
just like,
going digging back into the old school
I'd
stuff.
heard like
for
one
sure.
or two. Well, and funnily enough, not the old stuff. Like the albums,
the newer
the
stuff.
albums that came out the last few years. Like it's post 2020.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like
I,
it's
honestly,
really,
I had no
really good
idea they
shit.
were still. I had no
Yeah,
idea
Me
they were
neither.
still
Me
releasing
neither.
music.
And there's this one song I'm listening to, and I said to Dom, "Who's this?" He's like, "It's Blue Oyster Cult." I'm like, really? And you're listening
Yeah.
to it, it's like it sounds like one of their kids got into Opeth or something and showed him. Like, but like,
That's
it's just,
great.
Starts.
I can't remember what the album was called, but it was just the whole thing was like, this is amazing. This is really freaking cool. Like,
That's so cool. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Because I mean, look, like that's a band that goes back.
absolutely, yeah. That's what I mean.
Way
They're
into
not
the
really
day.
underrated, but like, as a metal band,
Yeah.
they're probably not really considered. And like,
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the thing, right? Like the Blue Oyster Cult is one of those bands that, like, you sometimes get bands that are like your favorite band's favorite band.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
You know, like what is it? Is it? Fuck, I always think of the wrong band when I think of this. But is it like Velvet Revolver or Velvet Underground or something? And they're like, it's like they themselves are not super huge to the average music listener, but amongst musicians,
yeah. It's Velvet Underground, yeah.
they're like fucking every musician like takes inspiration from them.
Right.
Every rock
Yeah.
and and Blue Oyster Cult's one of those bands. That,
Yeah,
you look
definitely.
at the work they did. I mean, you just have to look. Obviously, Don't Fear the Reaper is such an influential song for what it was.
Well,
at
that's
the time.
that's the
And
only
it's
stuff I really knew was like those ones that everybody knows. And then listening to this, it was just like, oh wow, really?
But then there's other like you know, most people would probably know the song Godzilla, but not know it's Blue Oyster Cult. And same with what's it? Burning for You. Like a lot of people, like if you played it to them, they'd be like, yeah, I've heard this before. But you don't
They've
realize
released
it's
a ton
Blue
of
Oyster
shit
Cult.
recently.
Yeah, man. Look,
That's
it's really good.
Actually,
You should
really
check it out. It's
really
great.
going. I think they've done 3 albums since 2020.
Yeah, two albums released in 2024, an EP last year, a live album last year, couple of live albums, an EP in 2021, album in 2020. Like Jesus, they're going.
Yeah.
Wow. They're like, all right, we're not got much time left. We're gonna get weird with it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really good shit.
I'm gonna have to do a deep dive into that.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Cool. Okay, time to get a little bit more introspective with these last couple of questions. Here we go. What is something that people may be surprised to learn about you?
Ooh, rough.
I know. It's a bit tricky.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, what do you tell them?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, something people are often surprised about with me that surprises me is that I genuinely enjoy teaching kids how to play the drums. Like, people are always like, oh, doesn't it get boring seeing as you, like, know so much about it and you're teaching, like, you know, 8-year-olds how to play Seven Nation Army? And it's like, no, I love it. Like, I froth on it, you know?
Yeah. Because
awesome.
it's a look in their face when they eventually get it.
Yeah, when something clicks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that.
That's
and you're
awesome.
sending them on a journey.
I love, and I love that passion. Like this is what I mean. Like I have
That's the
one
best
thing
teacher
that
to
stuck
have.
out to me at school is, you know, when you've got a teacher that isn't inspired to inspire you, is it always makes a difference. And the thing I always found at school with music teachers is the music teachers always enjoyed inspiring people.
Right, yeah.
The music teachers, because it's, you know, it's not like, oh, okay, I'm a teacher and I can teach any one of a couple of topics, but like music teachers are almost always extremely passionate about music, and they love sharing that passion and inspiring that passion in their students. And, you know, like I have had music teachers that are, because, you know, the whole thing of, well, sometimes you get a music teacher that's like a fuddy-duddy about it, right? And they want to they don't sort of respect modern music, or they don't like pop music or metal or whatever. But every music teacher that I ever had in school was like, because, you know, it's teachers, you think they're like, oh, they're old, they're not going to know shit, they're not going to care about something like metal or whatever. But they have been like, no, like this is cool, like this is what you get out of it, right? Like, you know, make sure you're palm muting those power chords to get them, you know, beefier and chunkier, or like, you know, when you're listening to metal, like you got to turn it up a little bit louder so you can hear the energy, and that really comes through, right? Like, it's that having a passionate teacher can make so much difference to the learning experience for young kids.
Yeah, agreed.
And that's awesome. Like, a lot of respect for that, man. Because like,
thank you.
I've had people that have been like, oh, you know how to play this instrument. Can you teach me how to play it? And like, no, I don't have the patience.
Yeah,
I'm like, anytime I've tried to teach someone, I'm like, I know how to do it, but I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. It took me a long time to get over that. Like, how do you not get this? Like, what, you know what I mean?
I can't get over that hump. I can't.
Yeah.
So, what? Can you just repeat the question once more? Now that we've gone?
Yeah. What is something that people may be surprised to learn about you?
All right. Okay. So this is less, I guess, deep, but as I said at the start, my name's Vo, and you both heard it as Bo.
Yeah.
But my name's actually Steve.
Oh.
Steve-O.
Oh.
Okay.
And I've had people who've known me for more than a decade who didn't realize my name was Steve.
There you
See,
go.
that's when you know you got a solid nickname. I've got a mate like that, and when I heard his real name get used in amongst the friends, I'm like, who are they talking to?
Yeah.
I've had people like that. Like, since I started gigging, for a lot of the time I've used like a a stage name for the bands I've been in, and I've introduced myself as that to people with that stage name to the point where it took years. Like sometimes I'd be ringing someone up for something and I'd be like, oh, it's Daniel, and they're like, who? And I'd be like, oh, Seraph, and they're like, oh, right, I didn't know that wasn't your actual name.
Well,
Like
even my parents mostly call me Vo a lot of the time these days.
That's great. That's great. All right. And the last question that we have for you now, you gentlemen may have noticed that I have referred to myself in the introduction of these videos as the Reverend Raph. That is because I am an ordained minister. Reverend is my official legal title. And so with that in mind, it is confession time, gentlemen, because, well, my official legal title at the United Life Church is actually Reverend of Rock. I've got it on a fucking certificate. It's legitimate. I didn't just get it printed myself. It's certified. It's there, okay?
That is cool.
So with that in mind, as I said, it's confession time, gentlemen. You can interpret this question however you would like, but what is your worst music sin?
Ooh.
You need to be, deep dive into your search your soul.
No, you know what the thing is? I think whenever you ask the question, everyone knows what it is.
They know what it is. It's just are they prepared to admit it?
What it is.
I think keeping my guitar in tune on a longer set. And it's like it's a forgetfulness thing, but it's also because I'm singing and I'm doing the banter. It's like times there is time to do it, but I
you don't want to be like, so guys, we are so.
But then when I do have the opportunity to do it, I'll forget to do it, and it's like it's something that I know I need to be more attentive to, and it's a pretty shocking one too.
Look, what matters more than tuning is being tight as a band.
Well, and looking cool.
Yes.
Especially the live show. You've really hit the nail on the head on that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would count as a musical sin, but going on stage just in my day clothes, like sometimes I just forget to get changed before the gig, and I just rock up on stage like at a sick show, just wearing like a fucking Target t-shirt.
Look,
all right, Raph, given the Hail
we
Lemmys.
all have flaws. It's a few Hail Lemmys and you'll be fine. It's fine. Everyone just gets a few Hail Lemmys and we're all good.
Nice.
Indeed.
Right. Well, that has been the quick question quarter. Thank you very, very much to our new friends Dom and Vo from Darker Half. This has been awesome chatting to you guys. I have to say,
Such a good night.
the name Darker Half has just been one that's, you guys have just been a constant presence in my whole time in the Australian music scene and the Australian metal scene, and to have the opportunity to interview you guys like this has been awesome.
Especially on the 100th episode.
For our 100th episode, by the way.
Thank you so much
that
for
has
being
been
part of
amazing.
that.
So very much looking forward to meeting you guys in person at Metal to the Max.
Yeah, man.
That's going to be a blast. Make sure you come by the tent. We will have a bit of a chat and we'll have a grand old time all together out there. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. This has been awesome. Thank you very, very much to my co-host Kyle, aka the Beer Buddy. I have been the Reverend Raph. Thank you, amazing people at home, for watching. As we've said, hit that subscribe button if you had a good time with us today. Very much appreciated. We're going to have links to all of Darker Half stuff down in the comments and all the Metal to the Max stuff. Thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you guys next time.
Cheers.
Peace
Thanks
out.
so much, guys.
Peace.